sure to check out Ageless Geeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Neca Toys 2019 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive original movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Capture of Splinter set. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at this really long box. So as you can see, we do get this very wide box for this set because we do have 4 figures inside. So we do have Shredder, 2 foot soldiers, and then we do have Splinter. So of course it's going to be a larger box compared to what we're usually getting with Neca. And as you can see, the slipcover here is replicating the forehead of a foot soldier. We have the black for the mask and then the headband with the symbol on it, and then the back just has the tie on it, which is pretty cool. And you can remove the slipcover, which you can remove the set out the right side. So let me do that quickly and we'll come right back. And we do have the window here displaying all 4 figures with all of the awesome accessories as well. And then the bottom of the box here, we do have the Nickelodeon logo, all the people who was in on this project over at Neca, and then some blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. Then here's the top of the box, says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then the sides, it's going to be hard to get it into frame, but we have Shredder, the figure, on one side. Then the other side, we do have the Splinter figure. And then the back here, we do have a bunch of really cool promo images of this 4-pack with some cool poses you can get them into, along with some of their accessories. And there's a little bio right there, so if you would like to read that, you could pause it right now and give it a read. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this set open and take a closer look at these 4 awesome figures that I've been waiting a very long time to be made into figure form. So thank you very much, Neca Toys. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and as you can see, we do get the 4 figures in this set. So we'll take a look at the foot soldier first here, and I did have one minor issue between the two, and they're the same exact figures, so I'm just going to take one away, but I'm going to show you the issue. We do have a piece of cloth going around the lower torso right there, and this one wasn't really sewn on well and ended up coming off this figure here. I mean, it has sculpt work underneath, but now you can't really put any weapons in there if you wanted to, so that is one minor issue I do have with this set here. Besides that, the foot soldiers just turned out fantastic, man. The head sculpts look great with the headbands on, and the ties can swivel around. I like the way the eye and mouth pieces look. Get sculpted wrinkles all throughout the mask, same with on the neck as well. And then the torso here turned out really nice. We get some nice like shading or wash or something all throughout the black, and it looks fantastic, man. The sculpted wrinkles look great. The tie around the waist looks great. Like I said, we do get that piece of cloth in case you want to put some weapons in there. The back looks good with the sculpted wrinkles and everything, and the arms turned out really nice too with the paint and the sculpt detail there. And I like the armor on the forearms. Kind of looks like chainmail. Same with on the hand. Well, the hand has like spikes kind of on it, and then we do have the foot symbol on it as well. And then the lower legs here, we do get some sculpted wrinkles all throughout the pants. Knee joints look pretty good. Lower legs look dope, and I like the wrappings around the ninja boot type boots there, or shoes, whatever the hell you want to call them. And then the feet, we do get some sculpted wrinkles, and we do have the classic ninja shoes, slippers, or boots on, whatever the hell you want to call them. And then the bottom of them, we do get a little bit of sculpt work and some peg holes. So that is a foot soldier there. Now let's take a look at Master Splinter. And Splinter turned out really nice, and I don't think Neca could have done any better job with the figure, and them giving him like the cloth robe was definitely the smartest move they could have done. And we do get all the sculpt work underneath the robe right there, so it's not just some flat piece of plastic under there. There is all sculpt detail all under the cloth robe, so big plus to Neca for that. And I do like the way the cloth robe looks. It's very raggedy like how it looked in the movie. As you can see, there's holes, it's torn all over, it looks dirty and everything, just like how it looks. So big plus to Neca for that. And the stitching and everything turned out really nice. I like how it looks like there's like a bleach mark there. Just has a very raggedy, dirty look to it, and they definitely did capture the look of how it looked in the movie. Then we do get like this tie here that goes around the waist that you can tie yourself. And now for the figure itself, they did a beautiful job with it. The paint looks fantastic. We get a few different colors of paint all throughout his fur, which looks great. The head sculpt looks just like how Splinter did. We get his little beard right there as well. The eyes are both painted looking in the same direction, so a big plus on that. Then the chest looks pretty good too. Nice paintwork and everything all throughout it. We do get his very skinny hands and arms there, and the really long fingers as well, and those turned out really nice also. And the legs here, under the cloth, you can see we get some nice sculpt and paint detail all throughout it. On the legs and everything, we get the wrappings around the ankles and the feet right there, which look really nice, and they're all raggedy and dirty looking as well. And then we do get his tail that has a little bit of bendy wire in it, and his tail does look like a rat's tail. It has a nice like sculpted texture to it, and it just looks pretty cool. So all around, they did a beautiful job with Splinter there. Now let's take a look at what I think is the star of this 4-pack, which is Master Shredder. And for Shredder, they absolutely destroyed it. They knocked it out of the park with this Shredder. This looks just like how Shredder did in the movie. Neca could not have done any better of a job with the figure. The helmet and mask, definitely my favorite part to Shredder. This is like a soft rubbery type plastic, the chainmail looking piece. The silver pieces are more of a harder plastic like the mask and this piece here, but I love the way the helmet and the mask turned out. Very cool looking, and you can remove the mask. It's just pegged in on the sides. You can see where his ears would be. That's where the pegs are. And then we do get the Oroku Saki face sculpt underneath with the scar that Splinter did give him. I know the face sculpt isn't perfect, but looks pretty damn good to me, like how he did in the movie. Eyes both painted looking the same direction and everything. So very nice sculpt and paint detail on the face there. But I am always going to leave this badass mask on, which is pretty simple to get back on. Once you hear it snap, you know it's back on the figure. Then we get this separate piece around the neck, which is supposed to be part of his clothing right there. And the clothing looks just like how it did in the movie, man. It kind of looks like there's glitter all throughout it, but that is how it looked. And it's pretty much the same exact figure as the foot soldier. As you can see, the sculpted wrinkles and everything are all pretty much identical. Shredder's just painted differently and has his blades on his shoulders there, on the forearms, and then on the shins as well. But very nice sculpt and paint all throughout the torso, on the back, the arms. The blades are a softer rubbery type plastic, as you can see right there, and I love the chainmail look to it on the brown piece. And I like the wrappings, the black wrappings on the forearm. I think that looks pretty dope with the sculpted wrinkles and everything. He does have a piece of cloth going around the belt area right there, so you can stash his little knife on the back there, and the tie and everything for this looks pretty cool, which is a softer rubbery type plastic, and the legs look great. Then we do get the bladed armor on his knees, and a little bit of sloppy silver paint here and there on it. It's not horrible, but you do see a few pieces where they got a little bit of silver on the brown part. But I mean, everything looks pretty damn good on these figures. And then the feet here, pretty much the same thing as the foot soldiers, and I love the way his blade looks on his left hand. And these pieces on the forearms, they are separate pieces because you can move them around on the figure, and same thing goes with the foot soldiers. But overall, I think Neca just really went above and beyond with this 4-pack here. They did a superb job with all 4 figures, and I definitely can't be any more happy with how the detail turned out on all 4 of them. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a ton of awesome stuff included with this set here. So what we do get first and foremost, we do get a weapons rack, which looks pretty good. It's just a black plastic, but you could store the weapons on there. I'll show you what that looks like shortly. And then we do get this cardboard box that Splinter's supposed to be standing on. I like how Neca put a Neca shipping label on it. I thought that was pretty funny, but I wish they would have like sculpted or molded a plastic box, you know what I mean? I think that would have looked so much better instead of just this empty cardboard box here, but I guess it's better than nothing, and you could have Splinter stand on that while he has his chains on. So we do get that stuff, and then we also get Shredder's amazing badass cape. And Shredder's cape just turned out so damn awesome, man. The back of it looks great, kind of has like a tiger stripe look to it with the silver and the black there, and I like how it's all bunched up around the back and the shoulder, like how it does look in the movie. And something I was really surprised at is they did put bendy wire on the sides right there, so that is a huge plus for me, for Neca, for doing that. And then the inside's just all black, as you can see right there. Then we do have these pieces, which helps make it look like puffy on the back and the shoulders right there, and it does just clip right around Shredder's neck like that, and I'll show you how to put that on the figure right now quickly. And getting Shredder's cape on is pretty simple. You have to get the collar piece under the helmet right there, or you're going to have difficulty getting it on. And then all you do is just slide this piece in there like that, and then there you go. As simple as that. Once you have it on, it looks dope. So you could have it on like this, and those extra white pieces of cloth is what helps make it more puffy around these pieces here. Or you could tuck them over the bladed pieces on his shoulders, which I think I might prefer this way. And like I said, I love that there's bendy wire in it, so you can make it look like it's blown in the wind or something like that. But it looks great once you have it on the figure. Neca really did do a beautiful job on this cape, and it is one of my favorite accessories included with this figure set here. And here is what some of the weapons look like stored on the weapons rack, which is definitely awesome. I mean, you could put whichever weapons you want on here like this, but definitely like that they included something like this with this set. It just adds a little more to the accessories. And I'm going to show you what Splinter looks like on the box in a little bit. So we do get that stuff. And then we also get a ton of different awesome ninja weapons that they did use in the movie. So we have specific weapons for Shredder and then specific weapons for the foot soldiers. I mean, you could use whichever weapons you want with either figure. Now right here we have Shredder's knife that he does use at the end of the movie, and we do have the sheath with it as well. And it fits in there perfectly, as you can see there. The handle looks pretty good and the sheath looks fine. It's just a black plastic, as you can see, but I love the way the blade looks. Nice silver paint for the blade right there, and you can store this on the back of Shredder, and I'll show you how to do that shortly. Then we do have Shredder's like double edged spear looking type weapon that he used to battle the turtles on the rooftop at the end of the movie, and this turned out really nice too, as you can see there, which I will have my figure displayed with. So those are pretty much Shredder's weapons. Now for the foot soldiers, we do get a bow staff here, which is just an all black plastic. And then we also get an axe and a sword. And the axe is probably my favorite out of all of them for the foot soldiers there. I love the way the paint looks on the axe. I think that looks pretty dope. The handle's just a black plastic, as you can see. Then we do get the sword here, which kind of looks like it's dull on the tip right there. But I love the silver paint that they used for the blade. And it kind of looks like the swords we get with Leonardo. And then we do get a pair of sais, which they can't really grip onto because the grip is a little too wide for how narrow the handles are on the sais, but the sais look great. So we do get a pair of those. Then we do get two different nunchucks, and the sad thing with mine, the one with the real metal chain actually just broke on me, so be careful with yours. But these are the cool ones. I like the little metal pieces on the handle, so when you get hit by these nunchucks, you know it's going to hurt a lot more compared to regular nunchucks. So we do get that one. Then we do get this one here that has a piece of plastic connecting it, and I believe this is the one that Splinter uses to defeat Shredder. So we do get the nunchucks, and then last but not least we get the big boss man's nightstick here, which is just an all black plastic, as you can see right there. So that is all the awesome weapons we get with them. Then we do get a interchangeable back tie piece for the headband for the foot soldiers there, which is pretty cool. I mean, they didn't have to include it, but they did, so we do get all that stuff. And then we also get the chain, so you can chain up Splinter, and it's a real chain, as you can see right there, and it is hinged, so all you do is just hinge it to open it, wrap it around Splinter's biceps, and then be careful because the chain can come off that peg right there, and all you do is just pop it right back on. I'll show you how to get that on Splinter and how you could store some of the weapons on the figures right now quickly. And say you want to store some of the weapons around their waist, around that piece of cloth there, that's also very simple. And the way you swap the bandana is really easy. Just swivel out the original one, take the new one, peg that one in, and then there you go. You have the bandana pieces swapped out. Now say for Shredder's knife, I lost it. Oh wait, it's right here. Now Shredder did keep his knife right in the back. What I do is pinch a little bit of the cloth to get it out, so then you could slide a weapon in there like that, and it can fall out if you hit it, so just be careful of that, but it does stay in there once you put it on, and it looks pretty dope once you have it on there. Now for the foot soldiers, since mine broke on the other one, I could only do it with one of them. But say you want them to hold like the size or something like that, you could do it in the front or the back there. So you could do one side over there, and then you could take the other side and do the same thing but on the other side. So you could have them store like weapons on there if you really wanted to. So definitely smart idea by Neca for them adding that on these ninjas and Shredder. So we do get all those awesome weapons. Now let me show you quickly how to get the chains on Master Splinter. And to get the chains on Splinter is fairly simple. Just lift the arms up a little bit and kind of hinge them a little outward. Then take one of the sides of the chain here, or the cuff, and then you just do this and wrap it around his bicep, and then make sure the chain doesn't come off like what just happened to me. There we go. And then all you do is just line the peg up on that and then hinge it back and push it down, and it's not going to come off or anything like that. And you do the same thing on the other side as well. I mean, it's simple to do, and I love how they give you the option to either have this on or not have it on. So you could have him hanging out with his 4 turtle sons, and then there you go, you have him with the chains on like when Shredder did capture him. And then we do have the cardboard fake wood box here to put Splinter on like that as well, like how it was in the movies. So we do get all that incredibly awesome stuff, and Splinter just fell. And then we finally get a total of 14 interchangeable hands. So we do get 6 hands for Shredder and then 8 hands for the foot soldiers. And starting on the top here, we do get 2 pairs of fists, which are the hands that do come on the figures out of the packaging. Then we do only get 1 pair of gripping hands. I wish they would have gave us 2, because say you want to have 1 foot soldier wield the bow staff and 1 wield the axe and have them do it with both hands. You can't do that. So that's one of the things that does kind of suck about them only giving us 1 pair of gripping hands. And then finally we do get a pair of open hands here, and we get some beautiful sculpt and paint detail throughout all 8 hands, and they are pretty simple to interchange as well. So we do get those for the foot soldiers, and then for Shredder we get 6 interchangeable hands. So starting on the top here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. Then we do get a pair of gripping hands, then we do get a pair of open hands, and we get some excellent sculpt and paint detail once again throughout all 6 hands. And I love the blades on the left hands. That's definitely another one of my favorite parts about the Shredder figure there. Just be careful of them. You don't want them to break off or anything like that. And all the hands are very easy to swap out as well. Now for the height of the foot soldiers, Shredder and Master Splinter. So for the foot soldiers here, it looks like they're just shy of 7 inches tall, and then Master Shredder stands about 7 inches tall, and then Master Splinter stands about 5 inches tall. So they definitely fit in scale with 7-inch scale figures. And then here they are compared to the Neca original movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So we have Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Leonardo. And as you can see, this new set scales perfectly with these turtles, and they look so damn awesome displayed together. Now we just need Casey and April, and maybe a couple other characters. And then here they are compared to the Neca TMNT cartoon Shredder, the Neca Ultimate Edition Jungle Hunter Predator, the Neca 2019 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Batman vs. Predator Armored Batman, and the Mezco 112 Silver Knight Batman. And as you can see, they scale well with other Neca figures. And then here they are compared to some other ninja-like characters, the SH Figure Arts Madara Uchiha and Jiraiya, and the Mezco 112 Vigilante Suit Daredevil, and the Articulated Icons Blue Shinobi. And then here they are compared to the Storm Collectible Smoke, the SH Figure Arts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here they are compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and the articulation on the foot soldiers and Shredder are the exact same. Splinter is the only one in this 4-pack that has different articulation. So I'm just going to show you Splinter's and Shredder. So for Splinter here, he does have 2 joints at the neck. I guess the lower neck joint is technically like an upper torso joint, but we do have an upper neck and a lower neck right there. So the upper neck joint, you can get Splinter to pretty much look straight ahead does look up really well with that joint. You do get very nice pivot there, as you can see, and then it does swivel as well. The lower neck joint here goes forward about that much, so he looks down about that much with both joints, and both joints pretty much looks directly up. Do get nice pivot out of it, and then it does swivel as well. Then we do get a torso joint here, which is a ball peg, so you can move Splinter forward and back that much. Pivots a little bit and then swivels as well. Now the arms here, they're very, very tight, but Splinter's arms can't really go out to the sides that much, as you can see right there, and there is no bicep swivel in there. You will have to use it at the shoulder, but we do have double jointed elbows that pretty much bend in all the way, and you do get a swivel at the elbow joint as well. And then for the hands here, it's just a swivel and a hinge that moves back and forth. So far, pretty good articulation for Master Splinter. And then the legs here, Splinter can kick forward that much, goes back about that much. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, and I doubt that he can. And wait, he actually might be able to, and Splinter can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, so that's definitely awesome. And then we do get the hip swivel. We do have single jointed knees that do bend back a little more than 90 degrees. It does swivel as well at the knee joint. And then for the ankles, all they do is swivel, then they hinge up about that much and down about that much, and then we do have a hinge in the middle of the foot right there. And there is no ankle pivot, which is a bit disappointing, but you can get them to stand and everything. And as I mentioned, we do have bendy wire in the tail, which isn't the best, but you can pose it around slightly. So overall, Splinter does have some decent articulation, and I think they worked it in pretty good for the type of character that he is. Now for Shredder and the foot soldiers, come on Splinter, he's a little bit of a pain in the ass to stand up sometimes and balance him out correctly. But now for the foot soldiers and a Shredder here, with the upper neck, we have two joints there for both of them, an upper and a lower neck. So with the upper neck, you can get him to look up that much, and he does look down pretty good with just the upper neck there. Then you do get nice pivot at the upper neck, and then it does swivel as well. The lower neck joint does go forward and back pretty good. So with both joints, you can get him to look down really well, and both joints, he looks up decently. And then you do get pivot there, and then it does also swivel. So we do have some pretty good movement at both those neck joints. Then we do get a torso joint, which is at the waist. I believe it's a ball peg. And the foot soldiers and Shredder don't really move a whole bunch with that joint, but they go back about that much, then crunch forward that much. You do get a slight pivot, and then it does swivel as well. Now for the arms here, they do go out to the sides just shy of 90 degrees. They do go up and down, and we don't have true bicep swivel. You will have to use it at the double jointed elbow that does bend in a little more than 90 degrees, and it does swivel there as well. It also swivels where the joint connects into the forearm. Then we do have a peg and swivel on the wrist right there, as you can see. And then for the legs here, the Shredder and foot soldiers can kick forward 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. Goes to the back almost 90 degrees. Let's see if they can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, and damn right they can, because they are ninjas. So nice leg movement with all the figures. Then we do get the hip swivel. We do have double jointed knees. Come on, there you go, you bastard. And they do bend back all the way. And the joint also does swivel where it connects into the thigh. Then for the ankles here, they don't swivel, but they do hinge down that much. They hinge up pretty well. And then we get a beautiful ankle pivot on the foot soldiers and a Shredder. So overall, the articulation isn't perfect, but you're definitely going to be able to get all four of these figures in some pretty good ninja-like poses. Well, maybe not Splinter, but the foot soldiers and Shredder, you definitely can. And I'm about to show you some of those dope poses right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Neca Toys 2019 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive original movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Capture of Splinter set. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this set between 1 through 10, I definitely have to give it a 9.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this set, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks, so you can check over at their website at agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find it on there, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Chibbity Chibbity Choo. So as you can see, we do get this very... Whoops, didn't mean to hit the camera. And you can remove the slipcover. Let me do that real quickly and we'll come right back. I lied, I didn't remove it. TMNT Shredder, the Habitable Bari Bora Jungle Hunter Predator, the Sabi Chubby and Chappity Choo. Batman, and the Mess Code 120, which you wonder why. Of different weapons that they used in the movie suite of... And here is what some of the weapons look... And we do get the Orochimaru. Orochimaru, what the heck?